Did you know that more than 100,000 of us are dying from drug overdoses? And guess what percentage of it is fentanyl? About 70%. Now there's a new drug on the street that boosts fentanyl. They're calling it tranq. It's a tranquilizer for animals. We need answers. We all know the problem. So let's go to somebody who's in the business of getting them. White House drug czar, Dr. Rahul Gupta. Rahul, it's good to have you. Thank you, Doc, for doing this. We all know the problem. The numbers are going the wrong way. You've got the demand side and the supply side. Let's talk demand first. What can you do to combat this, especially when it hits poor communities, but now it's starting to spread into everywhere?
Well, thanks, Chris, for having me on tonight. You're exactly correct that for demand side of this, less than 1 out of 10 Americans that needs the treatment when it comes to addictions is able to get it. So we've got a horrible system. And that's one of the reasons that we put together a strategy that looks at two biggest drivers. One is creating the addiction treatment infrastructure in this country that does not exist. So one of the things we have to do is, because you said 70%, that means to me that 70,000 Americans today, potentially most of them could be alive if we have the antidote available to them right away when they were overdosing. So because opioids has an antidote called naloxone or Narcan. So one of the things we're trying to do is make sure that every community, no matter where you are in the United States, you can get access to this life-saving overdose reversal drug and then connect you to treatment. That's the most important thing that we can do right now.
For whatever the host of political reasons are, we are not going after the cartels the way we went after the mafia in America, and they make the mafia look like the junior varsity team. Why isn't the Biden administration going right to AMLO, the president, Obrador, and saying, these are on your watch? Either you work with us to go after the cartels, or we're coming in and we're going after them because they're one of the biggest threats to our national security.
So we are. I mean, one of the things we've done is President Biden has had very productive conversations with President Lopez Obrador, or AMLO. I've actually met with him, and we've had a prolonged conversation about what we can do to cooperate, to help.
Doc, did you tell him in that conversation?
People dying in Mexico too.
Did it come up in that conversation that he has to stop saying fentanyl isn't made in Mexico? Because that's a BS answer, and everybody knows it is made there in ways and amounts we've never seen before?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the point is, in that conversation, we talked about both the precursor shipments from China, but the production, which is a fact. It's a fact. It's not a debatable issue that where it is produced. It is produced in Mexico. That's why the fentanyl labs are in Mexico. And that's where a lot of the effort is happening right now. And we are working to support the work that is happening in Mexico to both bust these labs, but then go after the brokers, the accountants, the financiers and enablers of this trade as well.
Right, but I just wonder what it will take for it to be DEFCON 1 as opposed to 5, which is we're going to try, because nothing's killing us the way these opioids are.
I agree with you, and I think one of the things we have to look at this is, look, the data came out this year, just now, and we know that from compared to 2021, 2022, we've had avoided about 19,000 deaths because the numbers were going up and they're flattened out. The effort is going to include both a combination of increasing our treatment ability, but also then being smart about the supply side of this. And one of the things we're doing is, not only, it is not just the cartel members, but it is those people, those real estate agents, and lawyers, their accountants. It turns out that we know sometimes the brokers are the most important people in the trade. So we're going after each and every one of them. You've seen probably more arrests now happen in the last few months than in the previous several years of cartel members, high-level cartel members, and it's important.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.